Did you do it?
Yeah.
Okay. Good
You
job.
sure?
Are you really sure?
Yeah.
Is it okay? Are we rolling?
Okay.
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 Yeah.
So, what was the beginning of the plot?
Well, the movie was basically based off the Scurge, and the movie Scurge. It was called the movie Scurge, but it was based off two movies. It's called The Thinning and The Purge. And basically, it was just like a qualifying test for all kids to have to see if they pass on to a good society or not.
Good morning, class.
The annual Scurge has begun.
Please report to your assigned computer labs. There are no electronic devices allowed. Any devices will be confiscated now. Talking is not permitted any time during the test. Any and all talking will be seen as cheating, and you will be forced to leave. Complete the test. If you fail the Scurge. Those who pass will continue to the next level of the Scurge. You may begin now.
And then, how did we come up with the idea for the 4 ninjas?
We knew we wanted to have characters.
I mean, it was based off of technically the 4 Ninja Turtles. Like that's the basic theme. Like there's a later, then the goofy one, and the intellectual one, and just the I don't know what else.
He was like buff, I think.
and then the buff one.
All right, awesome. So we have these 4 ninjas.
The names were like based off of the Ninja Turtles, and they had like subtle hints of their colors, I guess.
Hidden in their costumes.
Sort of like Easter eggs.
Yeah.
And then you decided on masterminds.
Yeah. That was like Sean and his group because they like weird, like I don't even know. It was like Mr. Rogers, The Rock, Bob Ross, and Bill Nye. Yeah. And then we wanted to add a female character, and they chose Helen Keller, and
Awesome.
then that got taken out. But you know.
Since our movie was based off action and comedy, the 4 villains were the comedy part of our movie,
Yeah.
and we wanted to pick funky characters that would go along with the movie and sound sort of
Yeah.
come like a mastermind effect.
Okay, so how did this process go? We decided on our script, or we decided on the theme of our movie,
Yeah.
and then what did we do?
We had lots of brainstorming.
Yes.
Brainstorming and storyboarding. We split into groups and we basically came up with the whole movie.
We added Profe in there somewhere.
Oh yeah, so what's Profe's role in this movie?
Yeah, go ahead.
Profe is like the hidden gem in the movie. Because we've had Profe's adventures in our broadcasts, and Profe is like famous among the students because everyone knows who Profe is, and we just decided it'd be a good idea to put him in the movie somewhere.
Awesome.
Yeah, so he kind of helps the 4 main characters like throughout the challenges and gives them like little hidden clues. Like it's for all of the students that are in his class, but only the 4 main characters pick up on it.
Right.
Hola, clase.
Hola, Profe!
Hola. Levántense, vamos a cantar. Rojo y amarillo son naranja. Amarillo.
So the other challenge we had was we wanted our kids to escape through fog. Eli, do you want to tell us what happened with the fog?
Well, yeah, about the fog. Basically, we tried one one of our scenes being that the kids had to get eliminated from the qualifying test, which our idea was to have them walk through fog, which basically took them to another location, which was called the Land of Sticks and Stones. But when we were trying to do that elimination scene, and we used the fog machine inside the room, basically set off a fire alarm. That caused a lot of chaos and a lot of confusion,
We were really sad.
but it was fun too.
Was it really?
Fun for some,
Yeah,
scary
it was
for
fun.
others.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
Scream
scary.
and run from the multi.
Yes.
Right.
So
Yeah.
there was-
So if you were to say something is your favorite part about this process, or favorite day in filming, or favorite what do you think you liked, Alan? What was the best part of making this movie?
I think the best part was just going out and filming the different scenes and just getting to like act out the scenes and going into the next room, setting up the sleeping bag area and
Awesome.
A little something
Kilo.
like this. Quédense con nosotros, quédense con nosotros. Tu equipo, quédense con nosotros.
Stay with each other, your team.
That makes absolutely no sense. Let's just get to sleep.
Awesome.
Seriously.
Eli, what did you like about this?
Well, for me, the best part was actually coming up with the movie. It was just interesting to see what we can actually come up with
Yeah.
and to see what we're capable of, and as well as the actual action part of the movie. That was a cool experience too, to see what are we capable of doing.
Attention, all remaining students. Congratulations. You have made it through the initial qualifying skills test. The challenge is yet to come.
A lot of ideas,
Students.
right? To narrow down. Abby, what did you like?
I really liked writing the script because like I just have a really huge passion for writing, and so it was fun like to see that I could write 52 pages of a screenplay in 2 days. And
And thank goodness for that.
yeah, and it actually was not horrible, which was
Right.
good. And then I also really liked leading everyone out when we were filming. That was so much fun, even though I was mean a lot of the time because they were being obnoxious. But you know,
So being the director, being in
yes,
charge,
being the director
and
was really
organized.
fun.
Yes.
Well, my favorite part was acting as well, like Alan, and it was really fun, like getting to see what our talents were, because we had to hold an audition for the acting, and that was pretty fun to do. So that's my favorite part of doing this movie.
Hey Don, wait up.
Yeah?
So, what do you think happened to the ones that, failed? Why do you care? Well, actually,
This happens every year. They get rid of kids and send them off to a far unknown place, and none of the adults are allowed to talk about it. They just act worried around this time and hope their kids don't get taken away to serve. That's what they tell all the families whose kids are eliminated.
do it. Watch it.
Sorry,
Honestly, I don't have a clue.
they get away with it because no one stands up to them. See ya, weirdos.
I can't stand her. Or you guys, for a matter of fact.
Same could be said for you.
Okay, so we're here with the 4 ninjas, and you guys are just going to talk about your character and what your role was in the movie. Maybe we'll start with Alan.
Okay, so my character was Michael, sort of the comic relief of the group, more of like the less serious one, maybe like the goofball of the group. And for our characters, we kind of based them off the Ninja Turtles, each of us having a different role. Mine was of Michelangelo, the funny goofball of the group.
Nice. All right, Nolan.
Mine was, my character's name was Ralph, and I was supposed to be like the angry, athletic one who just doesn't get anything, really, really mad at like everything, doesn't get like a bully, I guess, in a way. And I was based off Raph from the Ninja Turtles. That's why I had a red bracelet on, because he has a red bandana.
Nice. Elena.
Alright, my character was Leia, and I was basically the leader of the group, and I'm basically this normal kid, and I don't know, help me out here, I don't really know what I did, but
You were the leader.
I know,
You
I
helped
was.
us.
Led the group.
I led the group
You kept us all in.
together, I kept
yeah.
the group together, let's go with that.
All right.
Yeah.
And Shamia.
I was John, and I was basically the smart one of the group. Like, anything that came up, I basically had to know.
Awesome. So the four ninjas were placed together based on their strengths from that test you guys took at the beginning of the movie, and then Mr. Bulljohn called you each down and put you in this group together, right? Okay.
Will the next group members please come forward? Leah Kennedy.
Oh gosh. No, not me. Not me.
Ralph Diaz.
Anyone but me. There are plenty of people besides me.
Don Ashmore.
Please, please, please.
And Michael Morris.
Yes!
Okay, so during the movie, each of you excel at a challenge. Mia, what was your challenge that you excelled at?
My challenge was the Bill Nye challenge, and basically what it was we just had a bunch of scientific liquids, and we had to mix them to make a rainbow, and yeah.
Welcome teams, the best challenge of the Scurge. I call it a pigment of your imagination, because everyone sees colors differently. Now I don't want things to get too violent, but each team must create a rainbow of colors using only those highly dangerous chemicals and dye variants of red, blue, and yellow. You must carry the dyes across the room to the beakers and mix the right amount of liquid to make the colors. If you spill any liquid, you fail. Mwahahaha. The first team to mix all the right colors in the right order without spilling any liquid wins.
Alright, now would someone please hand me the roller and glucose timer?
Not to criticize science or anything, but wouldn't it be easier just to call it the blue one?
No, this makes sense.
Yo, Bill, we're done. We got it. We got all the colors.
Well done, students. Attention, the white team has won this challenge. You may go back to your regular classes now. Guards, take them away.
Alright, my challenge was the Bob Ross challenge, and it's sort of an artsy challenge because Bob Ross is a painter. And since my character is also artsy like I am, so we competed in painting, and I sort of messed up his. That way I defeated him. Yeah.
Is a pursued interest, and that's exactly what we're going to test today. In painting, you have unlimited power, so show me. Your teams have 5 minutes to make the best painting ever. Go! The beauty is everywhere in your paintings. I will now judge.
My pair was the Rock in 2 different forms. One being a rock with his actual face on it, and one being Mr. Midday. And the challenge was, it was like a capture the flag type thing where you had to go through a obstacle course. It was like a playground, and then you had to run around a building, and then there was flags at the end.
Awesome. What was Mr. Rogers' role then?
Mr. Rogers was a part of the mastermind group, but he felt that that wasn't right, so he sort of betrayed them and sort of sneaked into the school to help out some of the children to take over the 4 masterminds.
Awesome. Are you happy you got to have the role of being one of the main actors?
Yeah.
It's pretty fun acting in the movie and acting with these people. They're all really fun. It was a really fun experience.
Yeah.
Good.
There is no time
Thank
left. You must take action.
We must continue to form our elite society.
The time has come.
The Scurge must begin. Make the call.
Hello? Mr. Bulljohn? It's time. Begin tomorrow.
so I'm here with 3 of our 4 masterminds, as well as Alan representing The Rock, and Abby's going to represent Alex as Mr. Rogers since he's not here. So Sean, do you want to start by telling us the idea behind the masterminds and this challenge?
So, my challenge?
Yeah, yours.
Specifically my challenge. Okay, so the idea behind the masterminds was that they were just kind of the group, the leaders to the whole idea of the Scurge, and they were the ones who just wanted to have it be upon the school. They were the ones who started it, the Scurge, many years ago, except for the Mr. Rogers character, who for many years didn't want it to happen. And then this year was just like a normal year, except for Mr. Rogers. This year, his clues finally work on a team. But my challenge was like a science-related challenge because that was Bill Nye. You had to mix the colors correctly with those chemicals, and you had to mix them to get the right colors to get kind of a rainbow.
So each of these challenges end up eliminating teams of students,
Yes.
right? And then what happens to these students?
We don't really know. It's kind of just a mystery because we can't kill the students in our movie.
Because that would be offensive.
Yeah.
So
Too violent.
we're just supposed to like lead people to like just to get them thinking. It's not. I mean, we don't really know what happens to them. It's
Right.
just they're just.
Let's go. I can open the portal, but it'll only be open for 2 minutes.
It's fine. I'll stay behind and make sure everyone gets through.
Are you sure, Leah?
We might not make it. Don't worry, guys. I'll make it.
1, 2, 3, open!
Got a blast.
Okay, so as the film goes on, there's more challenges. Starts with the computer challenge, then the Bill Nye challenge, was going to have Helen Keller challenge. Then whose was the next challenge? The Rock challenge. Okay, do you want to tell us about the Rock challenge?
So, as this being a comedy movie, we wanted to find a way to sort of make this part of the movie, like the masterminds, funny. And everyone else being a person dressed in costume as the character, we decided that the Rock is going to be a physical rock.
A literal rock.
Yes. Yeah. Dwayne The Rock Johnson on a rock.
Yes.
Yes.
Right. Okay, awesome. So then after, so we have the Bill Nye, Helen Keller, then the Rock, and then we have Bob Ross. So you were Bob Ross.
Fred called. We have our team. Excellent. He knows to keep him holding until we can take him to training, yes?
Of course. He does this every year.
Good. We have succeeded.
At the end of the movie, how was Bob Ross going to be eliminated?
Oh, he was gonna get his painting messed up by, was it?
Leah.
Yeah,
Leah.
Leah. Yeah, Leah, and then he would like just give up.
So like a little painting war
Yeah.
at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
How is Bill Nye going to be eliminated?
Bill Nye would go against Dawn,
Mhm.
and then be just a bunch of like science puns. Like she'd say, "Hey Bill, look at my fist," and then he says, "Yeah, what about it?" She says it's potential energy, and then she punches him and says it's kinetic energy. Then he just falls back dramatically, or I should say he would have because he never filmed it. And then he gets back up and he says, "Consider the following," and then they just do the Bill Nye theme song, and then they take sips from 2 glasses because one of them's poisonous or something. And but Dawn doesn't actually take a sip, and Bill Nye's like, "Ha, I fooled you," and then he faints. Or no, he doesn't faint. He like passes out because it was poisonous.
Nice. The Rock, thrown in the creek. How, Mr. Rogers?
Mr. Rogers, yeah, he was the final challenge. It was between the last 2 teams, the 4 main characters, and then their rivals. They've been like mean against them the entire movie, and they're finally up against them. And it was a puzzle challenge because Mr. Rogers is all about kindness, and so he wanted them to like learn how to work together like
Hello,
nicely
neighbors.
and-
This final challenge is to test your cooperation and kindness skills. Each team will be given a puzzle, but you won't know what the picture is. The goal is just to put it together as fast as you can while being nice as possible. You will be judged on both time and kindness.
Ready? Go.
Separate the edges and the inside. There's a corner.
Guys, I found an edge.
Oh,
Michael, there's water, so maybe pieces.
Do it, Michael.
do it.
Put the piece down.
Come on, man.
Oh, come on. It'll fit. What?
No.
No, right
There you
thank
go.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then like after that, the white team, the 4 main characters win, and Mr. Rogers tells them to go down to the creek and defeat the 4 main villains, or the 3 at that point. And yeah.
There wasn't.
There wasn't
No,
a
no,
color.
color.
No, only color.
You had to,
And,
like, specifically
and
go
Mr.
into-
Rogers
yeah.
is on their side.
Yeah, Mr. Rogers is super moral, and he's like, I can't do the Scurge and eliminate people anymore, so he just has been trying to stop it in this year.
Let me explain, neighbors. I've been sending you messages through the Songs and Prophase class.
Really? You have?
Wait, do you work for Propay?
What? Let me finish. The 4 leaders of the challenges you have undertaken this week have been trying to form an elite society containing the most intelligent, strong, creative, kind, and adaptive individuals. This all sounds good in theory, but that included banishing all of the humans who don't qualify to a land of no technology called the Land of Sticks and Stones. Don't ask me why it's called that.
I'm not too sure about everything you just said. I'm finding the rock, so I'm in.
Definitely. This has been happening for far too long. I'm in.
And you?
I think I got it, but just in case, say the whole thing over again, I wasn't listening.
Come on, guys! Mr. Rogers said this way! I can't do this much longer!
I haven't ran this fast since capture the flag. That was yesterday. I know.
We need you! Just hurry up! Right here! Here. Okay, guys, follow me.
Fred called. We have our team. Excellent. He knows to keep him holding until we can take him to training, yes?
Of course. He does this every year.
Good. We have succeeded.
Awesome. Anything else?
Like we got to see a lot of people's talents like shine through. Like they had to memorize a lot, and they did so very well. Like there were only a couple scenes where they were just goofing off and didn't know their lines. But, like for when they needed to actually know their lines, they knew them. And then, like,
Improvising.
yes,
There were some things that
exactly.
were improvised.
And then yeah, Eli had a ton of great camera angles, and the editors were like phenomenal. So yeah.
Awesome.
Sean.
And Edith. Wow, that
Yeah.
Sean, Edith, and Adam.
And Adam did a lot of work,
they all
yeah.
did so well.
I feel like if it wasn't for a school environment, maybe our boundaries would be extended, and maybe we can be all satisfied with the plot of the movie, and
If we had more time.
if we had more time, that's
Yeah,
a very big
definitely.
part.
This was like the first time we ever did something like this.
I know.
Yeah, and it was like huge. It was like supposed
Yeah.
to be like over a half an hour long.
Yeah.
I feel like the reason why some of us were upset with the movie is because when we're watching these Hollywood movies and everything, we expect something better, but then when we actually get to the work,
Yeah, because we
So
don't
expecting
have a
so
multi-million-dollar budget.
much because of what you see on YouTube and what you see in
Yeah.
Hollywood. Yeah. So thinking it was going to turn out.
With a bunch of like 26
Yeah.
middle school kids in their parents' wallets, and we have multi-million-dollar Hollywood
Right.
productions.
So it was high expectations for
Yeah.
your first time.
Exceeded those expectations.
You exceeded your
We
expectations.
did way better than
honestly,
any Hollywood
yeah.
movie
It was.
possibly do.
The best film produced at Eich so
Yes.
far.
Yes.
Also the only one.